In Amazon DynamoDB, partitions play a crucial role in how data is distributed and stored across the underlying infrastructure. Let's use a library analogy to explain partitions in DynamoDB. Imagine you're managing a library with a vast collection of books. To organize the books efficiently, you decide to partition the library based on different genres. Here's how it works. Partitioning. Analogy. You divide the library into separate sections, each dedicated to a specific genre of books. For example, you might have a partition for fiction, another for nonfiction, and so on. Purpose. Partitioning helps distribute the books across different sections of the library, making it easier to manage and access them. Similarly, in DynamoDB, partitioning involves dividing the data into separate logical partitions based on the partition key. Partition key. Analogy. Each section of the library is labeled with a specific genre name, e.g., fiction, nonfiction. This label serves as the partition key, distinguishing one section from another. Purpose. In DynamoDB, the partition key is a primary key attribute used to determine the partition where an item is stored. It's crucial for evenly distributing data across partitions and enabling efficient access to items within a partition. Partitioning strategy. Analogy. You devise a strategy to evenly distribute books across different sections of the library based on their genres. For example, you might group books by their first letter or by author name within each genre section. Purpose. In DynamoDB, the partitioning strategy determines how data is distributed across partitions to avoid hot partitions, partitions with disproportionately high read/write activity, and ensure optimal performance and scalability. Scaling. Analogy. As the library's collection grows, you may need to expand or reorganize the partitions to accommodate the increasing number of books. For example, you might create new partitions for emerging genres or redistribute books across existing partitions to balance the load. Purpose. Similarly, in DynamoDB, you can scale your database by adjusting the partitioning strategy, increasing provision throughput, or using DynamoDB autoscaling to accommodate changes in workload and data volume. In summary, partitions in DynamoDB are like sections in a library, each dedicated to a specific category of items based on the partition key. By organizing data into partitions and distributing them across the infrastructure, DynamoDB ensures efficient storage, retrieval, and scalability of data, much like efficiently managing and accessing books in a partitioned library.